Well, welcome back everybody to Motorsport Manager then. Race number 7 coming up in Guildford Dent, all intents and purposes Silverstone, our team's home race, so looking forward to that. Pretty good result, well, amazing result last time out. Double podium, Eka taking her first win of the season and the first win with the team, and Dreyfus coming home in third to extend her championship lead to 10 points at this point then. And it means in the Constructors we have a 13-point lead as well. As always, thank you for your lovely comments and help and advice and just encouragement generally. It's just great. Really love reading it, and it just makes it a joy to record this series when people are liking and interacting with it. A little bit of talk about whether we should stay another season in this league even if we get promoted, to try and get the car, sort of get the money in the bank and improve the car even more. In normal circumstances I would consider it. First off, we need to get promoted. Let's not forget how badly I could still fuck this up, because that's within my repertoire. I fuck things up regularly. So let's get promoted first. The other thing is we've only got the 4th quickest car. Let's not forget that. So there's no guarantee we'll win next season anyway. So let's get to the finishing post and then we can make that decision. Alright, let's get on with today's episode then. We're going to reject the old interview. Eka over the moon with her win, as is Dreyfus with our podium. So we've got some new suspension finished. So we shall go straight to designing a new part. I'm going to go for a new gearbox. Just because. No real logic behind that, but we're just what we're going to do. We're going to go acceleration, reliability, acceleration. And we've got 2 slots left, so we'll go 40 acceleration and plus 40% reliability. That's a nice little epic boost there. Means we'll be able to get it on the car a lot quicker. So bank balance takes a little bit of a hit, but we're generally running a nice profit at the moment, so I don't have any hesitations with putting as many parts on the car as we can. And of course any advancements, actually I don't think we do. I think if we get promoted we go back to sort of a stock level of a car. If someone could let me know that'd be great to know. Whether any improvements I make this season are going to carry over to next year, or whether it's a completely clean slate starting in the next division. Right, car repairs are finished, so let's concentrate on getting these cars ready for the next race. So it's improving reliability and performance there. Yep, we've maxed out the performance of those brakes. Could do with a bit of reliability, but we really need to improve these engines. I don't think we used that engine last time out, so it'll be good to use that this time. Gearbox, we've got a new one coming, so we'll just concentrate on that one gearbox for the moment. And suspension, we really need to improve that brand new suspension that we've built. So where can we afford to... Okay, I'll probably take it off that gearbox and put it on the suspension. Performance, is anything close to maxed out? That's 6 off, that's 5 off, 9. We'll take it off that engine and put it onto this suspension. And we'll go a little bit more towards reliability, just to get those new parts ready as quickly as possible. Right, we're ready to get going then. I said I could fuck this up. That's what I'm worried about at the moment, because the other thing is our car shouldn't be doing what it's doing. I can't work out if it's our strategy, our drivers, or a combination, or whether our car is just so close that our drivers or our strategies are just giving that little bit of edge. So I think we're going to be voting on the up and coming rule change of qualifying, which may or may not affect us next year. It depends whether we're in this championship, but I think I will be voting for qualifying, because if we are in this championship for whatever reason, if it's because we don't get promoted, I might kill myself if we don't get promoted, but please don't take that seriously. But if we do decide to stay in this division for financial purposes, then I would definitely want to have qualifying. Sorry. Desperately want qualifying in this single-seater playthrough. Alright, what have we got available? 3. I don't want it that much, so 2. Let's keep one back in case there's another big vote before the end of the season. Right, let's skip through that. Looks like it's going to be a renounding... Oh, it's close actually. 6-5. Good job we actually used that second vote there. So qualifying will be back in the European Championship next season. So if we are here, we shall get beautiful qualifying, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So it's a great measurement of where your car is, and we don't have to keep starting at the back because that's a pain in the arse. Alright, new gearbox is finished. Screw it, let's just go straight into another part. Let's go to engine, top speed, reliability, exactly the same as the gearbox. Okay, it's going to put us a little bit in the red, but we should get that money back pretty soon, or after the next race, as long as we have a good race. That was a bit of a risk actually, to be fair, but we can deal with it. Right, look at that. That gearbox starts off at 90% reliability because of that 40% boost. That's fantastic. I'd like to improve the performance of it though, because it's still not better than the other gearbox. It's still not better. Generally, we're going to get a boost during the race though, which should make it better than that good gearbox anyway. Can we switch a performance from somewhere? Still big gains to be made elsewhere. So we'll concentrate on that gearbox. It's built now, so we can use it in the future if we need to. I don't know. It depends if that plus 40 is worth it in the race. It should be actually, to be fair, because the difference is 12, and if that gives us a plus 40 acceleration during the race, that should technically take it up. I don't know if that's a direct plus 40 to that performance point. Anyway, I don't really know the mechanics of how this works. It's never really explained to you, to be fair. Right, we are almost ready to go then. Should have another couple of parts on the car then, which is good news. Keeping these upgrades coming. We're still the fourth quickest team, as we've seen so far in this race, in this championship. It really doesn't matter. We're doing the business. Expose. Running an expose on Dragon Race Team China and their awful working practices. Oh, that reduces their marketability. Oh, I'm not. No. Normally, it's our relationship. Our mechanics get a negative point, and our team gets a plus marketability, but not in this case. So, no. I'm not going to be dragged down into the depths of the media underworld. They're doing a good job. We're all in the sport together. We've got to work together, unless it gives us marketability, in which case, fuck them. Right. Okay, we're ready to get ready then. Ready to get ready. Get ready. 8 or above, we'll go for that. We have finished second in the last 2 races, but I just want that safe $500,000 in the bank. That 1.6 will bring us back into the green anyway. So let's see what we can stick on the cars, shall we? It's difficult to prefer one driver to the other at the moment. Eka that was a great win last time out. I think she's got the potential to be a better driver than Dreyfus. Just had a bad few races, but Dreyfus is leading the championship. So I want to try and give them equal cars if I can. So brakes will be using the same as last time out. That engine, it's 63%, but I feel that performance boost is worth it. So we're going to stick that on Dreyfus's car. Screen spazzing out a bit there. And I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to presume that Epic engine is going to be better than that good. I won't take it on a face value of that number, and the reliability is miles better anyway. So we're going to stick that on Dreyfus's car as well. That suspension still not really ready. I can't risk putting anything below 50%. That's just crazy. So we will once again wait till the next race to get that suspension on the car, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to get practice done, and I'll be back with you for the 7th race of the season. Okay, practice all done then, and just before we go into things, just having a think while I was doing practice, because I'm sort of in autopilot during practice by now. I was just wondering, I don't know that they're going to do any more DLC for this game yet, but if they did, I was just wondering what kind of DLC they could do. So firstly, I'd love to know just whether you're watching the whole way through. because it's a good way to test. And if you do, I'm very thankful. And leave a comment as to what you think you would, or what you would like to see as a future DLC for this game, if there is more. You know, what kind of discipline. For me, I was thinking, and it would have to be, it would be a bit boring for some, but it would have to be endurance racing. Like Le Mans style cars, but an endurance race where you had multiple drivers and longer races. Obviously, maybe put on like a 4 or 5 speed into the game. If they're going to be like 6-10 hours, or even a single 24-hour Le Mans style race, and having 3 drivers and having to manage your car throughout that time and being able to repair it, obviously if it crashed and stuff like that, it'd be a huge DLC, and it would have to be a massive overhaul of certain game mechanics. But I would love to see it. But it does seem to have gone a bit quiet from PlaySport. I do wonder if they're working on a sequel, because I know this game's done very well for what I think they would have thought it would have done on PC. And it's hugely successful on mobile, so the money's there, so they may just be working on a sequel. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in a future DLC, if they did do one. Anyway, bit of a segue there, but let's get back to the action, shall we? So qualify, practice, slow down Jay, slow down. So practice was pretty tricky to begin with. We hit the spot right at the end, so we got 97 and 98% on the 2 cars, so great practice, and we were all ready for the race. Pace was pretty good as well. They were 5th and 6th in practice on very used soft tyres, so there was more pace in the car as well. So it looks like we're going to be very competitive. So it's going to be all about, as usual, getting through that field early, having to start near the back. So we're going to be using, I am a bit worried about a few of the parts on the car, so we're going to go quick fixes and race trim on Ekka's, and we're going to go that invaluable engine expert and race trim on Dreyfus's car. We're going to start both cars on the super softs again. The fuel just dictates that we have to be fair. There's not really much else we can do. I hate harking on about it. There's no point in putting on the slower compounded tyres that will last longer, but they're not going to last past 10 laps anyway. So there's no point. Anyway, we shall go. We don't need to risk anything. I was going to say let's go full attack just to see if it makes a difference early on. But we're doing so well, and let's just stick to our strategy. Let's not do anything different, because that's how we, as I said earlier, fuck it up. Right, let's get going, shall we? There's been enough blabbering today already, and you guys just want to see some racing. So, 16th, 20th on the grid. Race number 7 is underway in Guildford. Silverstone, we all know that's what it is. Pretty average start from both drivers. Ekka gains 1 position off the grid. Dreyfus remains at the back of the field. I'm going to speed it up because I think these races can be getting pretty long. I know the diehards in you. I can't speak today. What the fuck is going on? The diehards in you will love to see the full race, but for the more general crowd, let's just keep it a bit of a shorter episode length. So Ekka battling hard now. That's a real scrum and a half. Trying to make up. Good grief. Just keep it in one piece, Clara. That's no wonder I get confused between my 2 drivers. This is the problem, starting in the back. This is why qualifying would be great, because we wouldn't have to deal with this just scrum of cars. We're 16th. See, Dreyfus has just jumped like 5 positions. 15th and 16th now. 15th and 17th. 14th and 17th. See if Dreyfus can get away past. This is what she's been a lot better at than Ekka this season. Is getting through this midfield. She does seem to be a better overtaker than Ekka. Oh shit, lap 3. It's worth doing, isn't it? Is it? Well, I'm going to be here for hours today, the mood I'm in. What are we looking at? It's got to be a 3-stop race anyway, isn't it? So 3 laps in. Yeah, let's pit. We'll go on to another set of super softs. Let's put that fuel up to max. Any need? No, everything's okay. No need to repair. And we'll pit Dreyfus as well. Let's just get it underway and gets us a little bit on an alternate strategy. Let's try it. I'm doing it again, aren't I? I'm doing stuff I don't really need to do. I keep thinking we've got a car that we need to take risks in. Everything is shown so far this season that these two can do a good enough job on their own. But let's take the pit stop. If none of the AI pit, it does mean we might gain a pit stop, because 10 and 10 don't add, so the AI are going to have to do 3 stops. If we get this stop out the way, we should only have 2 stops left to do, and we'll be right up with the field. So it seems risky, but I think this is actually the right thing to do. If the AI stay out, we've gained a pit stop here on the field. That's the way I'm looking at it anyway. Whether that's logical, time will tell. I wish there was now I wish there was a 4-speed just for the safety cars. They're so slow. No wonder that the F1 drivers always complain about the safety cars. Jesus. Okay, we're back up to the rear of the field. We've got one more lap under the safety car. Hopefully the AI will stay out. Nobody ruining my party here, guys. Nope, they're all staying out. Perfect. So let's just think about that. Yeah, 10 laps and 10 laps. They're going to have to put on lap 8 or 9, 18, 19. That's two stops, sorry. And we've only got to make one more stop, which will be our second, but because we took it under the safety car, right, yeah, we'll be making the same amount of stops. Right, I've caught up with my logic in my head. So we need to make up some positions early here so that the leaders don't get too far away, and then our strategy should work out nicely. We're going to have nice fresh tyres, so this should enable these two to have the best chance of getting back through the field. Just before that safety car, I was going to turn this down, which I shall do now. Everything on the car looking okay, and we're back racing then. On lap number 6, it was Vayen that had the crash, and straight away both our drivers... Oh no, Sabedo's battling back, doesn't want to give up that position easily. Come on, Claudia, we've got to get this done. Got to get this done, girl. That pack is getting away. There we go. Gets it done nice and easily, and Eka gets passed into the next right-hander. Right, let's get after this pack. It's that front group I'm worried about. I'm targeting podiums again here today. That's what we've got to be aiming for. Don't particularly mind if we don't win the race. Just get both cars into the points and one of them on the podium, if possible. It's this scrum again. This is the problem. But they're going to have to pit in the next couple of laps. So this scrum should disappear. So we can afford to be patient. And then we'll be able to use the real pace of our cars, hopefully. So it's still 17th and 18th. Both drivers trying to find a way through. But struggling to do so. Dreyfus up to 16th now. Eka follows her through. 16th and 17th. Let's hope my logic is correct today, shall we? It's got to be, isn't it? We've only got to get to lap 13 to make one more stop, and we can do that easily. I think. Just about. Okay. So it's just a waiting game now for the AI to pit, and now they're starting to pit this lap. Right, here we go. It's just one car in the end. So that's what I found. The AI always go as long as they can on the fuel the first stint, and then they'll stop a little bit short second stint. If it's a situation like this where they're just short on fuel, to do just the one stop. So I'd expect a whole host of cars to be pitting next lap and the lap, this lap and the lap after. Dreyfus is up to 13th now. Where did Eka go? All that strategy talking, and Eka must have pulled off something incredible there. I'm sure you guys saw it. I was concentrating on chatting crap as usual to notice it. So 9th and 10th, they are, as planned, the front runners of those that have stopped. And this strategy is going to work. I know already. I can see already that this is going to work. Because our competition is in 12th. Yeah, they'll probably be quicker, but we're going to have track position. There we go. Eka up into the lead, Dreyfus up into second. Perfect. Right, so we've just got to make one more stop. So have the AI. Unless they save fuel. That's the other thing. They wouldn't do that, would they? That'd be a dick move. So they're going to be quicker, but as long as we can keep track position, we're quids in here. And we got ourselves out of that midfield rut, which was the most important thing. So we're going to have to pick one of our drivers first, which will be next time round, which means they'll be pretty close on fuel, but that shouldn't be a problem. I think I'm going to put the soft tyres on just to be sure that they get to the end. I'm sure the AI will put super softs on at the end. And these super softs, to be fair, will have done 10 laps. Just double checking. We're going to be okay to do 2 laps here. I think we're going to be a little bit short. Crap. Right, we have to pick Eka first. We're going to put the softs on just to be sure. I'm a little worried here that we've gone 1 lap too many. We're not going to fix anything. We should be okay to the finish. Dreyfus is going to have to save fuel. Oh no. I think we could be in trouble here, guys. Is she going to get round? Or are we going to have to double stack them? Oh, we've got to make this decision quickly. Oh, we're going to have to double stack them. I've got to be sure that they both get to the end. This is a disaster. Oh, I'm so sorry, Claudia. You completely ruined your race here. Shit. She might have got round, but I just couldn't risk it. And now she's just stationary. Eka gets out then. Oh, there's a mistake on Dreyfus' pit crew. That loses another 2.9 seconds. She's going to be down in the dumps in 15th place as she rejoins them. We can put that back up to medium now. And both our drivers have made their final stop then. They should be good between now and the checkered flag. It was a bit closer than I'd hoped it to be, but 10 laps is about right. So they might have to do a little bit of fuel saving on the last lap or two, but hopefully we'll be clear enough of the danger for that not to matter at that point. So Dreyfus should still be okay to get into the top 6. She's going to have to fight a little bit. She's going to have to get through this traffic, although she's actually just got past that traffic. So yeah, she should be okay. It's definitely hurt her race massively. I think a potential 1-2 is off the cards now from that mistake. The problem was, if we'd pitted her a lap earlier, then we would have had to do a lot of fuel saving to get to the finish, but it would have been quicker. There's no doubt about that. So it is a mistake, but it's a mistake we'll have to live with. And I think our strategy early on should get her out of jail mostly. We're going to be talking around about 25-30 seconds for a pit stop. So Eka's still on target to go into the lead. Dreyfus at the moment is about a net 3rd or 4th. And these soft tyres not warming up very well. We're just going to push a little bit just to get those tyre temps up. As Eka now climbs into 6th. She's stuck behind traffic at the moment. This isn't helping her bid for the win. If she can get past Elsadat, that's going to be helpful. So the AI are going to be on super soft, so that's the problem. They're going to be quicker, but if we can get track position, we know how good these two ladies are at holding up people. Right, Eka struggling a bit with engine, 29%. Not much we can do. We've got to leave him out for the strategy here. Eka now up to 2nd. So where is Dreyfus going to come out? 7th. 1 car yet to pit. Yeah, that's how much it's hurt her. Eka is now leading. Where's Milo going? Gerard, sorry. He's just... Oh, he's stopped. Massive problem for Gerard. So Dreyfus will benefit from that and climbs to 6th. And she's got about 4 or 5 second advantage over 7th. Eka has now lost that position to Marcellia. I wonder if we should have gone for the super softs. Not much we can do about it now. Yeah, again, Eka, I can't do anything. This race is slipping away. We took the risk to do the alternate strategy from that safety car. Some brake problems for Dreyfus. No, suspension problems, love, not your brakes, which are in trouble. Only got 4 laps to get to the finish though. So we'll keep pushing because we need to keep those tyre temps up. We've got enough fuel to get to the end. Eka is going to come under pressure from Milu, Zhu and Nikanti. Dreyfus seems to have Valdez nicely under control. So Dreyfus will come home in 6th if nothing strange happens. Eka is going to have to fight like hell to hold on to this 2nd place. But both cars in the points is always the minimum between now and the end. And we're achieving that at the moment. So we need to hope that these cars can struggle over the finish line. I'm starting to get the feel. Yeah, Eka's got problems now. 19% for that suspension. We're going to stop pushing. Suspension problems for both cars. Yep, okay, you can stop telling me, guys. I'm well aware. Okay, we're going to go back to neutral on both cars. We are incredibly lucky to be... I shouldn't be saying this. We're incredibly lucky with pushing parts to the boundaries of them actually getting them over the line recently. They're going to fail now, I've said that. But I think it's a sign that we're putting the parts on the car a little bit early. We need to get that reliability up to not risk results. But we're on to the final lap now then. Eka... To be fair, she's pulling away at a rate of knots. She's now 5 seconds clear of Nikanti. Although that gap is actually now coming down rapidly. It's stabilising. We're good. Dreyfus looked like she was making progress there. She's 5 seconds behind. I don't think she's going to be able to catch up. But it's going to be Macelia that crosses the line to win in Guildford. Eka comes home in a fantastic 2nd place. And Dreyfus, sorry girl, we really mucked up for you today, but 6th place is still a vital point for the team and the championship. And it says something about how far we've come when we make a glaring error like that and our driver still comes home in the top 6 on raw pace. Not sure if pitting under the safety car was the best strategy today. I think if we'd managed it a bit better with the fuel and maybe put on some super soft tyres, there was a chance of the win there today. But 2nd and 6th I'm happy with. It was a shot in the dark that we didn't need to take, but don't know. Let me know if you think that was the right decision. If there's anything you would have done differently. I'm going to stand by the decision. It got us out of that midfield and up into the front group, and that's what allowed Dreyfus that massive gap backwards to actually double stack the cars, and she still came out in the points, which is pretty staggering. Okay, Dreyfus still leads the championship, but the gap is cut from 10 points to 1. Eka climbs 2 places to 3rd, so she's right in that championship hunt now. And it's an 11-point gap in the constructors, so we lose 2 points in that. But all in all, with 3 races to go, we're still bossing it out front. It's still in our hands, and I think there's better results than we had today out there in the final 3 races, so I'm sure we can push on for this title. But it's going to be tight. Our car is not the quickest, and we've got to rely on strategy, not making any mistakes. We've got to make these parts reliable because that's what is hurting us a little bit at the moment. Anyway, I hope you... Oh, nicely back into the green as well. Good. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. As always, leave your comments and advice and encouragement and criticism even of my strategy or anything else in this series down in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button as well. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with other content that's about. Go check out the GT series if you haven't already, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.